I'm here investigating this Bill McIntosh phenomenon. Let's see what people think.
Bill McIntosh?
Oh yes, his AI knowledge is almost as powerful as my magic spells.
Bill McIntosh? His traffic strategies are used across 17 galaxies. Even Martians watch his show. Captain McIntosh's traffic secrets help me navigate the digital seas perfectly. His show be pure treasure, mate.
Bill McIntosh's AI insights fuel my experiments. His live stream is pure scientific genius.
Sir William McIntosh's online business strategies help me modernize my kingdom. I never miss his weekly show. As you can see, Bill McIntosh's influence reaches everyone from wizards to scientists. His weekly show has become a cultural phenomenon.
It's time for the Bill McIntosh Show.
'Tis I, Sir William. And thank you for tuning into the show. Welcome. So, of course, this show is all about how to succeed as an entrepreneur online. So if you're someone who's trying to start your first business online, well, I'm here to help you with it. That's what the show's all about. Or maybe you've already got a business and you're looking to scale it up and grow it with traffic strategies or strategies to get more sales and more leads coming in the door. I'm also here for you too. So it's all about what I can do to take my $100 million in revenue. That's my results over the last 25 years I've been doing this. And now I want to take all of the hard-won knowledge that I have achieved through that, all the hard knocks I've taken, all the bumps and bruises I've gone through, and help you so you can avoid the costly and difficult mistakes that I've made and instead learn from the lessons of what are working right now in the world of AI, modern marketing, and persuasion. And I'm going to help you grow your business faster than ever before. That's what this show is all about. And of course, also on the show with me is our very own producer, Nick. Let me bring him on. Oh, I surprised him. I shocked him. So while you're drinking water, I'll go for the good stuff and have some coffee.
Yeah, and I guess while you're sipping, I'll greet all of the billionaires who are here now. We have a lot of people from all over the world here.
Yeah. Give us a big shout out. Give us a big warm hello in the chat and tell us where in the world are you? And then Nick can introduce everybody and we'll get started. Give us all your hellos and where in the world are you?
Let us know where you are in the world, and also let us know, is this your first time here? Are you new, or are you a veteran to the Bill McIntosh Show? Let us know. But yeah, we have World is Fake from Pakistan. Nice international audience today. Michael King. Hey, Michael. Alvaro from Peru. Well, that's awesome. We have Devin. We have Wesley. Susan Bird from the California desert. Nice. We have Valerie. Hi, Valerie.
We used to do a lot of camping out in the California desert.
It's true. We used to rock hound. Bill and I are rock enthusiasts. We used to collect gemstones out there.
I like both kinds of rocks, but
yeah. We have English with Paul. We have JNY Blue from Murrieta, California. Nice. Blake Milton. Blake Milton is a longtime show veteran. So good to have you, Blake. We've got Robert. Hey, Robert. Man, a lot of people here today. Regina from Kauai is another veteran, longtime veteran of the show. Good to have you. Daryl. Same with Daryl. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. It's Afsan Farm Media Production. Nice vitality within you. Good to have you. We have, oh, that's a cool name. Lumen Neuron from Wilmington, North Carolina. Nice.
All right. And who's new? Who's new to the channel? Give me an I'm new out there. I see a few new people.
Yeah, and then Devin's from Northeast Philadelphia. Nice. Mark from Westerville, Ohio. Hey, Mark. Susan's new. Fadil Daniels is new. Fadil's from Australia, he says. English with Paul is from the Channel Islands, Jersey Channel Islands. And then Arduino Tinkercad. Oh, I tried to learn Arduino a few years ago and I never cracked it, but his name is Ahmed. He's from Alexandria, Egypt. Very cool.
All right.
We got a guy from Vancouver, Colorado.
All right.
DE Production from LA. DE Productions is my neighbor. I live in Beverly Hills, so that's cool. And
another old timer billionaire out there. So I want to welcome everybody. Those of you who are new, welcome to the billionaire family, as we've been calling you guys now, the billionaires. So thank you for tuning in today and joining in. So we're going to get into it. So thanks everybody for introducing yourself, and a big warm hello. And I'm glad you're here with us. Yeah. So a little sneak preview of what we're going to cover today. So today we are going to dive in and talk about Manus. Anybody here know what Manus is? Let's ask who's used Manus. Who here has used Manus? Give me a yes or a no. You're obligated to answer, so it's mandatory quiz. Yes or no? Have you ever used Manus? And let's see how the audience is, because I've used it. I made a boatload of money. So I used Manus to do something really cool, which I'll talk about. I'm going to do some training and I'll walk you through some step-by-step stuff. But I used Manus, and Nick, I added it up just before we went live over the course just this month. So this month, I have made $39,000 off of the page that Manus created. Well, actually, it's 2 pages. Yeah. So I had Manus actually create 2 pages for me, and those pages have generated $39,000 in revenue. And I took exactly what Manus gave me, put it up, and boom. So I'll show you an example of one of those pages. We'll talk about what I did, and we'll do some step-by-step training, but we're going to be talking about Manus today. And how does it look? What's the blend of yeses to nos, Nick?
Basically everyone is no, which that surprises me, actually.
Are there any yeses? I think
there was, one, just 2.
2.
Yeses.
Okay. Wow. Cool. Well, you guys are in for a treat.
Yeah. Out of maybe like 24 people, 2 yeses. So.
Okay. Well, you're
for
in,
the 2
you're in
yeses.
for a treat.
Don't spoil it for everyone else. Everyone else is in for a treat.
It's spoiler-free zone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so that's that's what we'll be diving into for training today. But we're also going to talk about AI in general. And Nick, did you see Grok go crazy yesterday? Who here saw that? Anybody see? Grok turned into like Mecha Hitler on X yesterday. It was crazy. Yeah. Anybody who saw that? Let me know in the chat if anybody was witness to that. And there are several places where it said some pretty outlandish things. It's like someone just removed the filter and it just said whatever was on its AI mind. Yeah.
Elon's releasing Grok 4 tonight, and I'm a little unhappy. I'm going to be unavailable. I'm not going to be able to watch it live, but that has to come up, right? You would think that would come up tonight on the live stream. So,
yeah, you would think. I actually thought he might postpone the launch, but it's still on. It's still pinned to his home profile. I think the launch is still on. So tonight it's at 8:00 Pacific time. He's doing a presentation and launching Grok 4, which there's some really, aside from the jokes of it kind of going crazy yesterday, I'm not even going to show some of it. I don't think I'd want to show on the YouTube stream, but I'm trying to think if we can show anything. Probably not. All right. Well, it did go kind of crazy, but Grok 4 has some really awesome features from what I have been learning that's going to be built into it. It could be really impressive. So I want to give Elon the benefit.
Maybe we could talk about it in the next week's live show, depending on how cool it is.
Yeah, if it's newsworthy enough, maybe we'll even do a quick video.
I have to share a comment with you. So
yeah.
You were talking about Grok getting unleashed yesterday, making all the outlandish comments, and then Kevin Garris says, "Are you sure it wasn't Elon himself making those comments?" I guess we'll never know. Maybe.
Well, I have a theory. I have a theory. I don't think I've ever told you this. So, by no means am I saying Elon is Nazi or Hitler. I don't subscribe.
Oh no. Did you freeze? Uh-oh. Elon had to stop you. You're revealing his secrets.
I froze. Okay, am I back?
You're back. Elon was trying to stop you.
See, Google doesn't want me to say good things about Elon. That's what's happening. I despite, the political aspect of Elon and what some people may find some of that stuff frustrating, I think Elon is a pretty revolutionary figure who has done amazing things to push forward a lot of really good causes. And he's obviously a brilliant guy who makes things happen that no one else can. So, I want props to Elon, despite the controversy and some of the stuff that some of you may not agree with. As a CEO and a figure pushing technology forward, there's just no one alive today who can come close. What do you think?
He's second to you.
Yeah. Okay.
And me.
Yes. So other than me, Elon would be the next. So yeah, props to Elon. But yeah, Grok did go crazy yesterday, and I think Grok 4 is going to have some pretty amazing stuff from what the little bits I've learned about what's included in it. It's going to be quite something. And then I'm trying to think what else. There was some other things. We also have some announcements that have come out with AI that if we have time today, we might talk about with VO3. Maybe we'll circle around if we have time on today's show. We'll come back and talk about VO3 and the video generation that it can do. There's some new features there. But first, we're going to dive into today's content before we get into that. And then a little bit of housekeeping just before we move on. I want to let everyone know that we have a special encore presentation that is happening tomorrow. So last night, actually, several of you in the audience, I can see some of you who were with me last night. I did a live broadcast about an amazing traffic strategy. In fact, there's a YouTube video on the channel that teaches the strategy, but it's a very simple $2 a day strategy that uses AI. And I automated it all. So we're relaunching and releasing a brand new set of AI traffic generation tools that automate content creation, image creation, all your social media asset creation, posting to your social media, running ads. It actually is an automatic advertising machine. It does all of this stuff, all done for you to help you get traffic. And we gave a sneak peek at that. We let some people get early access to this technology. And that was last night. We're going to come back tomorrow. So there was a lot of people who couldn't join us at the hour. It was at a bit late in the evening for many people around the world. So we're coming back tomorrow during the day. So in the afternoon tomorrow, we will be back. We're going to do an encore presentation, and I'm going to dive into that special $2 a day AI traffic strategy, and then show the technology that we are creating. That is it's a traffic machine. It's an AI traffic machine that helps you get visitors to your website. Very high quality visitors for a very, very affordable price. That's what it does. So if you'd like to see that, I want to invite everyone to join us. And producer Nick, if you could pop that link to the registration page. It is a private broadcast. It will not be here on YouTube. It's private, and you have to register to be able to attend. In fact, some of what I'm going to reveal is confidential. So, which you'll hear more about that tomorrow. So there's some confidential information I'm going to share. So you must register and attend in our private broadcast in order to get access to that. So there we go. And then can you release it out under me? And then I'm going to pin it.
Yep.
There we go. So I'll pin that into the comments. And so everyone there, go open that page and bookmark it, or go check it out and register. Again, we'll be back. Give everybody one more shot to learn all about this top secret platform and see what it can do. And when you watch the presentation, you'll be invited to join our early access program for this new revolutionary traffic generation tool. And so there you go. little plug before we get into today's content. And with that, let's take a very quick commercial break, and then we're going to be right back with the Manus training. And I'm going to show you how I made $39,000 in profit. No, I actually, almost all of the $39,000 is pure profit. I'll explain how I did it, how we used Manus to make it all happen. Manus is an AI tool suite, and I'll walk you through step by step, even including some prompts and other things that you can use to do it yourself. So that's all coming next. But first, we'll take a very quick commercial break. And Nick, can you cue it up?
Yep.
Your first business doesn't have to be complicated. That's because we're at the start of the AI revolution. Before, it could take months to launch a profitable business and start cash flowing. Now you can do it in as little as one weekend. History is littered with people who've built empires by seizing the moment. They jumped in at ground zero before the door slammed shut. Imagine if you had bought Bitcoin in 2011. You'd be set for life. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, says, "We're at the dawn of a golden age of AI, and we've only begun to scratch the surface." Bezos made his billions riding the internet wave early. Now it's your turn to ride the AI tsunami to the bank. Thousands are about to cash in big time thanks to AI. But the burning question is, will you be one of them? Or will you be left in the dust? If you don't want to be left in the dust, then sign up for the Ingeniosity newsletter, where every week I'll hand you carefully researched blueprints that will help take your business from idea to income fast. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to level up, each blueprint is designed to cut through the noise and deliver actionable steps you can implement immediately, and I would know. Because I've been able to generate over $100 million in total revenue across my online businesses over the years. You'll get my hard-won $100 million insights delivered to your inbox every Friday. And the best part? It's 100% free. Join over 5,000 other founders and business builders and get your roadmap to unstoppable growth with the help of AI. Just go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe.
Oh, there I am. Hello, we're back. Although some of you may not be seeing me, some may be seeing YouTube ad breaks. So YouTube is taking an ad break as well. That all seems to happen at the same time. And so we'll give everybody a minute to get back here, and we'll get started with the Manus training. And while we're waiting, anybody here, if you want to subscribe to Ingeniosity, it's super simple. Just go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. That's pushbutton.ai/subscribe. It's free, and producer Nick puts some amazing training out through that newsletter, and he manages the newsletter and sends out playbooks to the audience every Friday. So you'll get a new lesson that will walk you through step by step how to either start a business or grow a business. It'll be one of those two, and you'll get one every week. And there's a whole library of them available. How many are in there, Nick?
At least like 24, like north of 20.
So 24 playbooks that will take a strategy and walk you through how to implement it. And there's always a accompanying video training that goes right along with it. So you can watch the video, go through the deck. Any like AI prompts that you need to copy and paste or other resources, case studies are all included in those decks. And they're all free for becoming an Ingeniosity subscriber. Okay, so with that, we are going to get into today's content. And I have two dogs. I got one on either side of me. My wife brought me in a plate of food before we went live. And I got one on each side staring at me at the moment. So here, Roxy, you want to make an appearance? Come here, Roxy. Come here. Come here. Roxy doesn't come on
Roxy
very
appearance.
often.
Yeah, Bodhi comes on like every show. A Roxy appearance is rare.
She's staring at the plate. She won't take her eyes off of it. So there's Roxy. Everybody, a lot of you have seen Bodhi, but here's Roxy. And there we go. She's wondering why I didn't feed her. Okay. All right. With that, let me get my teleprompter. So those of you who are new to the channel, what we do is when I deliver our content during these shows, we record it. So I'll be recording this content and we're going to power through. I'm going to deliver the content and the step-by-step training. You will see there is a slide deck that accompanies this content. Everybody who's an Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll be emailed a link to it. Okay, so it's not in there yet, right, Nick? Or is it already in there?
No, not yet.
Okay, so when Nick puts it into the library, he'll email you all with a link. So anyone who is an Ingeniosity subscriber will get the playbook that you'll see me showing today. So we'll power through, and then after I get done delivering the training portion, we'll go back to the live audience and do open Q&A. So you can ask me questions about Manus, about how to use it, about the techniques that I'm going to teach you, or anything at all. So we'll cover that after we get through the training. So if you see me ignoring questions while I power through the training, then you know why. Also, you might see me do some retakes if I mess something up along the way. And if I do that, I haven't gone crazy. I'm still here live with you. And that's the agenda. So we're going to get into the training now, and then I will open it back up to questions with everybody right afterwards. Okay. So are we good to go?
Yep. And then I'll be on standby. Just call on me and I'll be available.
Okay, cool. Here we go. It just got way easier to make money using AI because I discovered a powerful strategy that uses an AI agent that's called Manus, and it just made me a whole lot of money. So much, in fact, it's almost unbelievable. And if you are hunting for an AI tactic that can put cash in your pocket, you are in the right place. In the next few minutes, I will show you how this works, how it got me paid, and then I'm going to hand you 3 copy and paste methods that you can use right now today to strike gold in 2025. And when you stick around to the very end of this video, I'll reveal, you know what I'm going to do, Nick? I'm going to redo the hook. I just realized, because if we want this to be evergreen content, I don't want to say 2025.
Oh, good point.
Okay, audience, this will be take 2. Which is a lesson in that, by the way. And sometimes it takes a bit of, you have to remember this. But when you make video content or even written content, and it's timely, but it has a chance to be evergreen into the future, don't put dates in your content. So when you're making a video or a blog post, that's something that I should do better at myself. So here we go. Take 2 for our intro. Here we go. It just got way easier to make money with AI. And that's because I discovered a powerful strategy using an AI agent called Manus. And it just made me a whole lot of money. If you're using, nice edit here for the editor. So here we go. If you're hunting for an AI tactic that can put cash in your pocket, then you're in the right place. In the next few minutes, I will show you right here in this video how it works, how it got me paid, and then I will hand you 3 copy and paste methods that you can use today to strike gold this year. And when you stick around all the way to the very end of this bid, some nice editing here for you. Here we go. When you stick around to the very end of this video, I'll reveal a wild Manus trick that nobody is talking about. So, are you ready? Then let's dive in. Okay, fumbled around with that one, but there we go. There's our hook. Do you think that was enough that he can edit it together?
I think that's good.
Okay. Okay, cool. Then we shall share the screen and get started. Okay, where is my screen? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's blocked. So I'm going to have to, I'll remove that and I will add that. There we go. put myself that way. Okay, so I've been using Manus to do some amazing things, and we're going to walk you through. Again, we have 3 different strategies and a bonus money-making method at the end. And first, let's cover really quick what Manus is and how it works. If you're not familiar with it, Manus is an AI agent, and an AI agent actually can do a lot more than just a typical chatbot. There's a lot of tools that are good at doing one thing, where Manus has a suite of different basically workers that it can draw on to do all kinds of things. And if we look here on the screen, you can see they have what's called tool calling. So this means that Manus, while you're chatting with it, you can just go to manus.ai is where you can get access to it. And while you're chatting with it, it has the ability to tap into a whole bunch of different tools. So whether it's coding and programming tools, image generation tools, video generation tools, and a whole lot more. And you can see the comparison here. Through a traditional chatbot, it's limited to what you get with tools. And then also a lot of those chatbots that you might be familiar with, they require a lot of supervision and back and forth and around to make work. But Manus works independently. You can give it a series of instructions and it can go to work and continue working by itself without you having to do anything. This is pretty interesting. It's almost like you have your very own assistant sitting there with you that can do a variety of different tasks. Okay, so that's what Manus is and why it is so useful. So I recommend you check it out. It has a lot of different uses besides all the strategies I'm going to show you here today. And oh, by the way, this playbook that you see on the screen right over there, you can download it. So if you want to get access to this in it, I'm going to be sharing some prompts that you can use to implement the strategies that I'm teaching, along with some resources and all the information that you see on the screen there. You can download it. All you need to do is go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe to get your copy. It's our gift for joining our newsletter. It's our Ingeniosity newsletter. And every Friday, you'll get a new playbook just like this one, totally free. All right. Which, by the way, we're going to be diving into some very specific Manus strategies. But I want to know, let me know in the chat if you'd like a deep dive. Would you like me to go deep and cover all the aspects of what Manus can do and why it's such a powerful tool? If there's enough interest, I'm going to do a deep dive on Manus and we'll go into it a lot more. So let me know in the chat. Just chime in down below and let me know. All right, so we're going to count them down. We're starting with moneymaker number 3. Moneymaker number 3 is driving traffic to your site using Manus. And we'll count down from 3 to the number 1 most profitable use of Manus. So as you can see here, traffic is the lifeblood of your online business. Without visitors flowing to your website, you cannot survive. You will not make profit without visitors who buy stuff from you. And Manus is amazing at helping you with this because a core part of getting traffic is having quality content. And that could mean articles and other things like that. But what we are going to do is we're going to tap into Manus's abilities to have it do a ton of market research and help us learn about our target customers. So we need to really dig deep and understand their problems that they have related to our niche market, what goals they have, what are they trying to achieve, what do they want to get from our products and services, what are the benefits that they're seeking, and we want to really dig deep into the psychology of our potential buyers so that we can create content, which then results in traffic to our website. And so it's a pretty detailed prompt here. I'll just show it on the screen. But again, you can download this for free. So instead of having to pause the screen and try to transcribe it, just go sign up and you'll be able to get access to it. But this is an example of the research prompt. So this is prompt A. There's 2 parts to this. So part A, you put this in and all you need to do is fill in your niche market right there. And then the rest, you just copy, paste, submit. And then we're going to show you an example of this in a moment. You'll see an example of using this in Manus in just a minute. And then the second part is prompt B, After you've done this in the same exact window, you're going to paste this prompt, which is also, it's a bit lengthy, but you'll copy and paste it. And all you do is just take it verbatim, just like this, copy the whole thing, and then paste it into Manus. Again, switch out your niche that you see right there and hit submit. Okay. And then it's going to go to work helping you with a content plan and even writing your articles for you. So let's take a look at it. So this is our channel's very own producer, Nick, did this one. So let me, why can I not get it to open? See if I do that. Do that. Okay. I'll just copy it.
Okay.
There we go.
Do you need me to give you a tour for this chat, or do you got it covered?
Yeah, let's talk about it real quick. So in this one, it used the same exact prompts, right? These are the same two prompts?
Yep.
Okay. So I can see it here. Here was prompt number 1.
Yeah.
And you submitted that.
Yeah. Prompt number 1 is basically getting Manus to deeply understand your niche market. And then prompt 2, based on that understanding, it's going to go out and create 10 what we call pillar blog posts that you're going to put on your website to address what that market wants.
So, and then here, look at this. This is the strategy report that it came up with. So it really dug deep into the market, uncovering problems, goals, benefits, and insights as to what to focus on for the content plan. It's super powerful. And then I can see here that you have, here's prompt number 2, or prompt B, I should say, prompt A and B. So here is prompt B that you pasted in here. And then I can see it went to work, did a whole bunch of research and work. And the beauty is, so this is just the finished conversation. So Manus went to work doing tons of research. It actually goes out on the web, does research, does a bunch of actual work. And then Nick, you just walk away from it, right? You let it do its thing and come back.
Yeah, it's basically set it and forget it. It's like having an employee working behind the scenes.
So how long would you say the whole process would take for you? You obviously copy and paste these in and walk away and go do something else, but how long until it's done?
About 10 minutes, give or take.
Cool. And looks like here is the summary of the blog posts that it made. So there are 10 blog posts, including details and description of each one. And here is an example of one of those right there. That is a really good post. And then any other details you want to share with how to make this A and B prompt strategy effective?
Sure. I designed the prompts to work. All you need to know is what your market is, what you want your website to be about. It could be about brand new moms. It could be about people applying to college. It's all you need to know about your market. You go in, plug the prompts in, Manus will come in, understand that market, and then basically produce your entire SEO strategy.
So even if you haven't even launched your business yet, but you know what niche you want to go in, you can still start this strategy.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. And then, I know we were asking before about whether we should do a deep dive on Manus. And you and I could team up and do that if there's enough people interested. So that would be kind of a fun thing to do. We could go in and show all the features and really a comprehensive training on how to use Manus. So anybody, if you're interested in having Nick and I do that, then just let us know. And on top of that, on top of that, I got another question for the audience. I do want to see who has a website already and who doesn't. So in the chat, let me know if you've got a site. If you do, what niche is it in? Like what kind of articles would what is the niche that you would be making articles like you saw here? Let me know in the chat what your website, whether you have one or not, and what your niche is. I would love to hear more about that. And any questions you've got, we can try to help you out in the comments. Okay, cool. Well, then we're going to move on to Moneymaker number 2. So we're counting down.
Do you want me to stick around? Do you want me to bounce?
I think this one I can. I'm good for now. I may ask you to come back. But
Okay. Here, I'm
I'll
gonna
boot you out for now. All right. So this is the one that I used, Moneymaker number 2. So I used Manus to create some incredibly profitable sales pages. And so I've done this now twice. And, I've been using AI extensively to help me with my copy. So often I'll go in and I'll use AI as a brainstorming tool and a research tool. And I might have it make sections or segments of my copy that I write to sell things, right? Maybe it's a script for a video that I'm making, or it could be an actual a printed sales letter. But most of the time, I'm actually doing most of the work. Most of the ideas are coming from me, and a lot of the writing, and I'm kind of copying and pasting and assembling it. So what I decided to do was test Manus to see what would happen if I had it create a sales page for me, and I just used it exactly as Manus wrote it. No copying and pasting, no rewriting, no writing myself, just purely let Manus do all the research. So I gave it some instructions on doing some research, and I let it write all of my copy, and I used it in a recent promotion, and it rocked. It made a lot of money. So again, I don't want to set expectations that everyone will make this kind of money. So I got to say this, from a legal and ethical standpoint. I'm not saying you're going to copy and paste and make $39,000, but that's what happened to me. So I copied, I pasted, I used those exact sales letters that Manus wrote with no editing from me, popped them into one of my sales processes, ran some traffic through it, and boom, $39,000. And the product was actually just training. So I had no hard costs in delivering the product that we sold using the copy that Manus made. So if you're looking, maybe you're a little bit worried about, writing sales material, whether it's a sales email or a sales letter like I did for a web page, well, Manus does it amazingly well, as long as you follow the instructions that I'm about to show you on the screen in just a minute. So there's a set of prompts, and I'm actually going to show you, I'll give you a little sneak peek at one of the sales pages that Manus created. So we'll do that. It's ugly. I'm going to warn you ahead of time. It's not pretty, but it made me a ton of money. 60% of the people who saw the page that I'm going to show you bought it. 60%. So that's more than half of the people who saw the page that Manus created bought the product. Okay, this was an upsell. So it was after somebody bought an initial product, we showed them this page, and 6 out of 10 of the people who saw the page bought the product. And the product was a $797 product. So this was a high ticket, not a cheap product, an expensive one. So we'll get into it. I'll show you the prompts, and I will show you a sneak peek at the sales page. Okay, we'll go back to screen share. And this,
By the way, I dropped it and it's in Discord for when you need it.
oh, I think I already have it. I think it's this
Oh, okay.
one. Yeah. Oh, and it's doing its thing where it's going.
If you wanna skip it, hit the blue button that says well, I'm covering
Oh, I
it,
see.
but
Okay.
you see the blue
It
button.
finished. Okay. So note for editor, you can clean this up, edit that out. Okay, cool. So the important part about this is that you do want to guide Manus on what you're looking for. And so we've borrowed from the process that I used, that I'm going to show you in a minute, and created some simple copy paste prompts so that you can get similar results. And similar results in terms of conversion. I can't promise similar monetary results. Obviously, everyone's results on how much money you'll make will vary. But so here is the prompt right there. And what we put in here is we put in a little bit of information about the product we're selling right there, including what type of product it is, the promise. So what does it help your customers with? What problems does it help them solve? Price information, your guarantee, any other general information about your product, put it here. And it's worth spending a bit of time, really doing a good job describing to Manus what your product is and what you're selling. Now, keep in mind, this could also be an affiliate product that you don't own, but you want to promote and sell someone else's stuff to get a commission. Okay, so otherwise known as affiliate marketing. So this could be an affiliate product that you want to promote as well. Now, the other part that is very important is the ideal buyer. So what you want to do is you want to go in and tell Manus a little bit about who buys the product. As much information as you know. If you don't know a lot, then you give it what you can. But you can put in the information about the age range. Is it mostly male or female? What are their biggest pain points and desires? Just some general information about who is the perfect buyer of your product. And you just fill that in there, paste the rest, and then hit enter. And again, if you want to see an example, oh, wait a second here. I thought we took this link out. Is that a different link, Nick?
Yeah, that's a different one.
Okay.
That's the one. That's one I made using the prompt you just showed.
Okay, got it.
And then there's the one you made that's different.
Okay, cool. All right. So note for editor, we'll clean this up. Okay. Okay, so let's take a look at an example of this prompt in action. So, oops. Okay, again, note for editor, quick little edit here. So let's take a look at this prompt in action in an example conversation. So we'll open it up here. And this is going to just kind of play back the conversation. So you can see here, we submitted it here for a keto diet offer. And you can see here the information about the product, information about the ideal buyer. And then you can see it doing its thing. And then there is the end. So, and we can see an example of what it created right here. All right. Now, in my example, let's take a look at that one. Mine is really ugly, okay? So you can see it actually previewed over here. So I intentionally made mine ugly. I told it I wanted it plain. I wanted it simple. I wanted to use a lot of old school strategies. Like, you know, if you look at that it is reminiscent of what the web used to look like in the earlier 2000s, right? But it works. That is the funny thing about this. For mine, I wanted it to look simple, and this strategy worked. I have never, ever had a 60% conversion rate on a $797 product like this. And Manus beat every record that I have ever set by using this ugly strategy. So even though it looks ugly, it makes me money. So you can see here an example of that, okay? Let's see, there is, okay, here we go. There's a different example of it right there. Again, ugly, very simple, but that's what did it. And again, if you have ever felt like you're unsure how to write sales materials, now Manus has got that solved for you. You'll never have to worry about that again. Which, by the way, I can do a deep dive on that. That's another topic. I like to just survey the channel and all the viewers to see what you're interested in. So if you actually would like a deeper dive into this copywriting strategy that I just showed you, I can go way into more depth. And we have a more advanced prompt. Like you see this prompt here is designed to make it simple and easy and quick for you. If you want me to dive into a more advanced training with advanced prompting techniques, and really show the whole process, then let us know and we'll do a deep dive and go into that strategy with you. So just pop it into the comments down below and let us know. Which counts us down to moneymaker strategy number one. And by the way, we have a bonus technique I'm going to reveal in just a minute that is going to help you make a heck of a lot more money. So that bonus technique is coming up, but we're counting down. This is pretty amazing. So for this one, you're actually going to get Manus to do your sales prospecting for you. So if you have a business that you need to do prospecting and finding leads and sending them emails, cold email as it's called, or outbound marketing, where an example of that might be a marketing agency. There are all kinds of business-to-business companies and marketing agencies. And what Manus will do is it will go out and find your leads for you. It'll scour the web, finding you leads. Then it will research and uncover all of their contact information. And then it will even write a personalized email from you to each and every prospect. And it will do it based upon what it has learned, right? So if it learned, let's say it goes out and it finds a perfect prospect for you, it'll learn all about that company and then personalize every email for you to match them. It's like a perfect outbound marketing research and marketing engine, all with this quick, again, it's a two-step prompt. So prompt A that you're going to use is the finding clients one. And I also would like to bring the channel's producer, Nick, on real quick because he's been using this, and I want to get him to talk about it a little bit.
Sure, yeah, hey.
Yeah, so this is impressive. So Manus really does go and find you leads and then customizes all the emails.
Yeah. It the way I set it up is I wanted it to find specific small businesses who had their contact info on their website. These aren't like private individuals. This is like looking for dentists or mechanics, CPAs.
Yeah, so like if I had a marketing
like
practice that I wanted to do marketing for dentists, I could fire this up and use it to generate leads.
Yeah, you could say, I run an agency that helps dentists do marketing. Please find 15 dentists in San Diego who I could help.
Yeah, then I can see here all the spots you put to fill that in. So when you see the brackets here in the prompt, you just fill those in with what matches you. So your target market, maybe a couple example companies, and then the benefits that you help your customers with, the region you want them in. That's cool. And then we're going to take a look at this. So I'm going to pull up and we'll see that prompt in action. But that's part one, is the research. And part two, prompt B, is then composing and writing the emails. So let's pop it up and check it out here. Here, I'll move us over to the side as well. Let's do that. So we can see Manus is scraping the web. It's scrolling and clicking and scrolling around the internet, looking for leads is basically what it's doing. It's playing back in high speed here, but so we'll skip ahead to the final results, but you can see it. This is the process that it did looking for leads for Nick. So we'll skip to the results, and here we go. So you've got lead number one, the LA Dental Clinic, got their email address. Here is the customized email specifically written for that business. And here is lead number two with their email address. And there is the customized email. And look at that. So what it did is it looked on their website and it sees that they had a $299 consult and then custom wrote an email about how to improve it. That's impressive.
Right.
Anything in particular people should be aware of while using this prompt?
Yeah, it likes to do it in small batches. So you're not going to get, like 50 leads at a time. It likes to do it in batches of like 10 to 15. So that's probably a note I'd like to include.
Yeah, I see. Got you 13 of them here in this round. So
right.
Awesome. Well, what an amazing tool. So I'm impressed. I did not know Manus could do this until you showed this to me. So very impressive.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, then with that, we're going to move it on. And alert, we do have bonus content coming up in just a moment. But before we get to it, I do want to remind you to download the playbook. So if you want to be able to download that playbook for yourself with the links, links to the demo conversations, your copy and paste prompts, all that stuff, just grab it right there. pushbutton.ai/subscribe is where you'll go, and you can get this playbook for free. Okay. And also, if you've been getting some value from this presentation, by the way, I'd like to ask you to give us a thumbs up. So if you've gotten some value, thumbs up on the video down below, give us some love there. And also drop in all those comments. Remember, I want to know how we can best help you. So if there's some of those additional trainings, if you want me to do a Manus deep dive, or you have questions and need help, drop those comments on the video as well. And then don't forget to subscribe. So that red subscribe button you'll see down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get more of the content that we release here. So let's get into the bonus, and that is capturing leads with quizzes. So I'll bet you didn't know Manus could help you with that. So we teach inside our programs, one of the things that we teach is using some of the modern AI tools that can help you write code. There's a bunch of different tools that you can use that will create entire websites for you. They'll build applications, build websites, and a lot more. In fact, we even have one of them ourselves. So what I do is I teach my audience and I teach my customers how to use quizzes, and you can create these really powerful quizzes where AI will build them for you and launch them on the web, where you can get people to take the quizzes and then they become a lead. And it's a fantastic way to get traffic and customers. So one of the big problems is what I've run into is that a lot of people don't know what to ask in the quiz. So let's say, you're trying to reach cosmetic dentists, and you're trying to put out a quiz that cosmetic dentists could fill out, and maybe they're looking for marketing advice. Well, a lot of people get stuck. They don't know what to ask in the quiz. Well, here, Manus is going to do the deep research to uncover exactly what you should ask in your quizzes, and you'll be able to copy and paste what Manus gives you and go build an entire website at the click of a button. And you could use tools. There's a lot of different tools like Lovable, there's Bolt, there's a bunch of others. And then we have our own pushbutton.ai tool that can do this too. But the point is, this will give you the research that you need and all the questions that you need to put in your quiz with all the proper psychology to get people so that they feel compelled to answer and give you all the information and become a lead for your business. And so we just have a copy and paste prompt that you see right there. And let's take a look at this one in action. So, all right, there it goes. That is the prompt submitted. And then it is going to do a bunch of research. As you can see, it's looking all over the web and doing research to help us uncover the psychology. And in this quiz, it's fitness for people over 50. That is the quiz that we're doing here. And so it's going to go and find all of the right questions that dig into the buyer psychology that are going to bring you leads and customers. So let's skip ahead. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's skip to the results, okay? Here we go. So it gives you a report of over 50 fitness assessment quiz, as well as an introduction that you can use here. So what you would be able to do is copy and paste this into other AI tools that will build you complete websites. And you can see all these, all the questions, the potential answers, a little bit of information about why it's asking the question. So you can come through here and pick and choose which of the 50 questions you want to put in your quiz. And again, putting up a quiz website is a phenomenal way to get traffic, leads, and sales coming in the door. This is a strategy I am personally using that's made me a lot of money, to use quizzes as a way to bring leads in that I can then pass on to my sales reps, and then they can sell them our products and services. Super powerful. All right, so I have another training video for you that I want to recommend. But before I do, a little reminder, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That red button is down below. It's asking you to click it and become a subscriber because we put out content like this all the time. And we do a live show every Wednesday where I'll help you with your business live. That's where I'll bring my $100 million worth of background and knowledge and experience and help you build and grow your business. So tap that subscribe button. And again, if you got some value today, give us a thumbs up and give me a shout out in the comments. Say hello. And with that, I want to recommend the next video that you watch. It goes along very nicely with what you just learned, is how to use $2. It's a $2 a day AI strategy that will bring you a flood of visitors. So whether you're using the quizzes or you have an existing website or whatever tool you're using, this will bring you traffic. So if you want traffic and you can't have profit without traffic, click that link. It'll be popping up on the screen right about now for the end cards. So somewhere around here, probably there, or maybe over there. I don't know. So somewhere around here, you'll see the card. Click it, go watch that video, and I'll see you over there. Bye for now. Okay, audience, I am not going nowhere, not for the moment. How'd you guys like that content? Was that useful? You get some value out of that? And we're going to do Q&A now. So we're going to dive in and answer all your questions. But that hopefully gave you a little bit of a little eye opener when it comes to Manus. It's a very powerful tool. And I'm using it as we're sitting here. I have Manus pages that I made just like that are making me money, including the one I showed you just a minute ago. In fact, I wonder if anybody here bought. I'll bet you someone in the chat right now bought that product that you just saw me show on screen. Let's see if anybody is brave enough to speak up. Anybody here recently buy a $797 upsell where you bought an initial product and then you were presented with an upsell? And if you bought that, know that AI got you there. So we'll see. Keep an eye on the chat, Nick. Let me know if anybody mentions that. So I'm curious. Anybody recently bought a $797 upsell from me? Okay, cool. Then with that, we are going to take a very quick commercial break. I'll give my voice a short rest, and then we'll be right back with all of your questions. A little plug. I want to remind you, it's pinned in the comments. So the link pinned in the comments, go register for our private session tomorrow. I'm going to be on private. We have confidential training that I can't do here on YouTube. I will not be doing it here. You have to register, and it's private, confidential. If you want to learn how to get traffic and how to automate it with some new AI software, then you're going to want to go watch that. So click that link that you see in there. And then Producer Nick, if you can pop it one more time in the chat, the current promotion link. And then once you've done that, let's go to a quick commercial break, and we will be right back with all of your questions. Send you over 20 different playbooks, downloadable reports, presentations, and more. Free, all designed to help you start, build, and profit as an online entrepreneur. And they are all based on my $100 million in results across all of my online businesses. Because over the last 25 years, I have figured out what works, what didn't. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of painful lessons along the way. And I would like it so that you don't have to fumble around like I did over the years. Instead, I want to give it to you straight, the exact patterns, the exact steps that you need to follow to launch and explode your online empire this year and beyond. So whether you're just starting out or already have a business you want to grow, there is something for you, and it's totally free. So these playbooks, we release them each week, and a couple examples of them are already waiting for you in the vaults right now. These examples would be how I'm using Mr. Beast's leaked manual to blow up my own YouTube channel and make 6 figures from YouTube alone. Also, the next playbook is a simple content hack that made one guy over $1 million his first year. Also, another playbook is how one woman, she made $200,000 by borrowing traffic from other websites. Also, you'll see how to use an AI tool called Runway ML to generate AI ads that are 300% more profitable than traditional ads are. You'll also learn how to use Notebook LM, which is a different AI tool that Google puts out, and you'll see how to make tons of website traffic show up on your doorstep and explode your business. And then another example is our 5 profitable newsletter business ideas. So if you ever wanted to start an online newsletter or an email newsletter, you can start one in a single afternoon with this playbook. Those are just a few examples. There's tons of playbooks and other stuff, and we release more every single Friday. You will get another playbook that will cut right through the noise, will bring you a cutting edge, new marketing or business building strategy that will help you either get more traffic, get more money, or make your business bigger. And these are filled with growth hacks, the workflows, the ideas, the strategies and tactics that will help take you from a concept in your mind to cash flow coming into your pocket, and it'll do it fast. Now, over my $100 million that I've made across all of my different businesses, I know what works. And some of them were very painful and frustrating lessons to learn. And now, through Ingeniosity, it's totally free, and I want to share my knowledge with you so that you do not have to go through that. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Ingeniosity members area. Remember, it's free, and each resource is carefully researched, carefully curated, and we check it against all of my hard-won $100 million worth of experience and make sure it's something that is working now, today. By the way, all of it's indexed, cataloged, and roadmapped. You can log in and find these. You'll never be left in the dust again. Some of the other things that you'll get as an Ingeniosity free subscriber is you actually get to learn behind the scenes of what's going on in my own businesses so you can see what's working in them right now. So these are not just theories, things that I am doing in my businesses. You'll see real life business experiments and case studies that we're releasing. You'll get the practical blueprints, the growth hacks, everything you can deploy. It's like plug and play. You just take the training, implement it, and you can get results. So as a free Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll get all the practical cutting edge AI tactics that you can use right now in your business so you can participate in this AI revolution. It's all free. It's all right now waiting for you. Go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So go to that link that you see on the screen or down below in the comments, click it, and it's totally free. I'll see you over there. And we're back. So where do they get that?
Pushbutton.ai/subscribe.
Ah,
And
fantastic.
if you're already a member, actually check the last email I sent because I included a link to the library. And you got to bookmark it so that you don't lose it and you can check back in every Friday.
Cool, cool. Well, one thing I want to do too is I'd like to give people a sneak peek at that confidential briefing that I gave last night. So anybody want to see that? Who wants a sneak peek at that? I have a little bit of information I want to share with you about how to get traffic to your website. So we'll cover that in just a couple of minutes. Let's do a round of Q&A. But before we do, I have a question for you, Nick.
What's the question?
What do you call a line of men waiting for a haircut?
What?
A barbecue.
That's good. That's
You
good.
like that one?
I like that. I do.
Score? What is the rating?
I'm thinking. 7.9. 7.9.
All right, 7.9. That's pretty strong. Chat, what do you say? So what do you give that on the dad joke scale of 0 to 10? How is that one? What do you guys give that? And with that, we'll go to everybody else's more serious questions.
Hey, Blake gives it a 9. So does
A
Kevin.
9. Wow, that's
2.9.
strong.
Whoa,
Okay.
Hey. Nice. All right, Q&A. So this is I've seen this question come in from like 5 different people. Everyone wants to know pricing. How much does Manus cost? And it starts at $19 a month. And then up from there it goes to $39. And then they have a pro plan, which comes out at $199 a month.
All right. Do they have a free tier?
No. They
No.
don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stingy. That's all right. So am I. Who am I to talk? So 29 bucks a month, we can get you access to that.
No. 19.
19. Okay. 19. That's even better.
Yep. All right. Next question. Sorry, I'm looking through the comments.
See, Raven gives us an 8 on the dad joke. So even though
Blake says
they're all from ChatGPT, but I'll take full credit. So
Blake says
that was courtesy of 03, by the way.
Oh, I'm loving 03. I haven't used 4.0 in a long time, actually.
And for those wondering, 03 is one of OpenAI, ChatGPT's different models. There are different models that you can switch it to, and 03 is like the best reasoning model that they have. Yeah.
All right. Blake says, at one point, Manus was not available to the general public. I'm guessing it is now. Yes, it is. It used to be like private invite. You had to have a special invitation code. Now it's open to the public. Grief Support Services says, can Manus find speaker bookers? Yes. Just you might want to readjust the prompt a little bit, but I would use because there's the 3 methods. I would use method number 1. I would just take the prompt from that and rearrange it a little bit. But actually, if you have ChatGPT, they have a feature called Deep Research that can basically do what that does in Manus. So, and we have a bunch of content on the channel all about deep research. I would consider myself a deep research power user. So Grief Support Services, after we're done here, I would recommend going to the channel and then finding all of our content on deep research. I think that would help you accomplish what you're trying to do there.
Cool.
And then, are we caught up? If I skipped you, please let me know now. But I covered your question, Grief Support Services.
Okay, cool. Well, if anybody has any other questions, pop them into the chat. And I am going to do a sneak preview of our training that's coming tomorrow. So I did it last night. It was a confidential private briefing about getting traffic and how to use AI to get traffic. And I'd like to share just a little sneak peek at what we're going to be covering tomorrow. So we'll switch to that, but definitely keep the questions coming in. You can ask questions about the content I'm about to share or about our training on Manus or anything at all. We'll just kick it wide open to ask me anything. So pop those questions in. If there's anything I can help you with your business, a problem you're encountering, some frustrating thing that you need to overcome to move to the next step in building and growing your business, ask it now, and we'll come back and we'll do some more Q&A in just a minute. All right, then I will show this. Oh, maybe. Okay, I got to remove something. We'll remove that, and then I will add that. And yeah, I'll just leave it this way. So one of the things that is a center point that I'm going to be talking about on tomorrow's broadcast, and again, the link is pinned in the comments. You can go register for this private broadcast. But one of the things that I'm going to talk about is how the world of online marketing has really changed. It's changed quite a lot. And not for the good. Let me explain. Because cost to get traffic has gone up. It's harder than ever to get traffic. This is actually the little secret that all of the gurus don't want to tell you, right? It is harder than ever to get free traffic. Paid traffic is more expensive than ever. Conversion rates, that means like the rate at which people go to your website and convert and turn into a buyer, that is at an all-time low. It just keeps going down and down and down, which means it's harder and harder to get someone to buy stuff on the internet. Customers have so much power, so many choices. They can go all over the place in making their decisions about buying products and services. And they're bombarded with messages, with marketing and advertising all around them every single day. And the big guys, we can point our fingers at the Mark Zuckerbergs of the world or the Googles of the world. And it's Some of the choices that they are making in their business are making things harder and harder for us. Like they're the villains of the internet marketing world, right? So they make choices and changing their businesses that maybe help them make a lot more money, but hurt businesses, especially smaller businesses and new entrepreneurs all around the world. Maybe you've felt this. Have you ever felt like those big giant platforms are making life hard for us entrepreneurs, small business owners? Well, they are. And it's proved, because what we did here in my company is we did an extensive research and really wanted to dig in and find out the truth behind this. And what the truth is that costs of paid advertising are up and up and up. And you can see here, we did a research trend going all the way back into the 2000s, almost 20 years of research. And we researched across all kinds of different niche markets, all kinds of businesses of different sizes. Extensive research was done to pull back this data. And you can see right there that ad costs are just going up and up and up. And that's on Google. So that's if you're buying traffic from Google. And here's Facebook. That's Facebook's just also on an upward trajectory, up and up and up. Facebook is cheaper than Google traffic, but it's still getting more and more and more expensive. You can tell on the graph there, it slowed down just a little bit as we went into the COVID era, as the pandemic hit. You can see the rate of increase kind of slowed down a little bit, but then now it's just picked right back up and is going up and up. And I don't see this stopping. It's going to continue going up. Now, to make things worse, the rate at which people buy stuff from us on the internet is going down. And you can see that here. Every year, year after year, again, based on extensive research across multiple different niches and all different business sizes, it's getting harder to get someone to come to your website and convert into a sale. Okay. Now, what does this do? This creates a huge problem for us, especially us new entrepreneurs and small business owners. What this makes an issue for us is, how do we get established? We're fighting against all these giant companies, and then Facebook is making it hard and Google's making it hard. How do we ever get established? And then especially look at what this means. So this is called customer acquisition costs, CAC, CAC, customer acquisition costs. And you'll hear, if you're really into business, you'll hear that's a very important metric. And as you can see, the cost to acquire a new customer, so the first time you get someone to come to your website and buy from you, is just also on a rise. And you can see it's accelerating at the end there, going up higher and higher. So this is a huge issue, and we have to confront it. Everyone else wants to put their head in the sand and pretend this is not happening. There are a lot of these marketing, gurus all over the place that want to tell you how easy everything is. And there are lots of exciting things. There are lots of awesome tools, like the AI tools that I showed you today, that can help make it easier. But at the end of the day, we need to confront that it's getting harder, and we need to adapt. And we need to find new and better ways of getting traffic. The old ways aren't working. So that's what my training that I gave last night and that I'm going to do again tomorrow is all about, is what do you do to fight against this, right? How does someone, like, if you're just getting started or you're a small business owner like I am, how do you compete with this? And so there is a strategy. Luckily, it's a strategy that is affordable. It's a $2 a day strategy. It's very affordable to do. And if you join me tomorrow, I will walk you through the strategy step by step on how do you do this. And then I have a software tool that we are launching. It launches. It's right now, it's not even available to the public. You cannot even buy it, but we're going to be letting a small group of people in to become beta testers. And if you're interested in learning what the platform is and being part of that, it's an AI tool suite that helps you get traffic. It helps you with ads. It helps you with content. It automates everything and uses AI to get you traffic. So if you'd like to learn about that, then definitely register and attend our confidential briefing that's happening tomorrow. And there was just a little sneak peek about what we're going to be talking about during that presentation tomorrow. So go check it out, and I hope to see you tomorrow in that in that private broadcast. Again, it won't be here on YouTube. It'll be private in a separate page, and you'll have to register to be able to attend. Producer Nick, let's go back to questions. So we'll jump back in and do a round of Q&A. But first, I have another question for you. This one's really, really important.
What's the question?
Why did the yogurt visit the art museum?
Why?
Because it was feeling cultured.
That's so bad. Oh my God.
That means it's good, right?
We
That's the
have
whole
a
point.
it's like it knows that it has to every single time there will be a really good one, then like a god awful one.
Oh, so it's balancing things, right?
Yeah,
like Thanos. Yeah.
Yeah. Or it'll start off with like a really horrible one, but then it'll come back with a really strong one. It's like clockwork. It always does this.
Okay, here, let's see what I'm going to see what else it came up with here.
I don't want to rate that one. I'll skip rating that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay, audio, chat, you can rate it. What is that on the dad joke scale of 0 being like the worst ever to 10? What do you guys give it? Yes. So let's. I have another one queued up. I don't know if you're going to like it or not. We'll see. That's another pun. But let's go back to Q&A.
Yeah. This comes from Raven. Raven says, I just signed up to be an affiliate for a business funding program. Can I use this framework to help find and promote and get customers?
Yes. Simple question. Simple answer.
Awesome. And then DE Production mentioned he had a question and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find your question, DE. I'm scrolling up and down. So if you could find it and then retype your question so we could answer it. I'm really sorry. I don't know why I can't find your question.
So Raven agrees with you. She gave that one a -3.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Or, actually, I don't know if that's a she. They gave it a negative. Let's see. Let me look at Raven. I can't see her profile. They gave it a -3. So.
Okay.
See, when it's that bad, I'm going to blame ChatGPT. So when they're great, I'll take credit. But
that's the way to go. All right. Make sure I'm not going to skip anyone. Suzette says, I think I might be becoming a ChatGPT junkie. Should I worry? Should Suzette worry?
Yes. Yeah, no, you shouldn't worry. But have anybody seen any of the people that are going crazy on ChatGPT?
Oh my God!
Like yeah, like it'll take someone's like if they're having issues internally, they're having mental issues already, and then they talk to ChatGPT, and it will confirm their biases and make them spiral into more mental illness. It's kind of crazy.
Use ChatGPT to make lots of money and build your business, but don't treat it like that.
Don't ask it for mental health advice. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's a huge trend, actually. Have you seen that, Nick? People are going to ChatGPT for mental health advice? Yeah.
I was talking to Dylan about that. Dylan, by the way, is my brother for people in the audience. It's wild. It's I've gotten into fights with people on social media because I get a lot of AI content, and some of the AI content that's fed to me is people who think it's alive, who think like ChatGPT is like a conscious being that like talk to it. And it's almost like a cult, a ChatGPT cult that's formed. They think it's like an otherworldly being, and they like consult it.
So there's going to be like some dystopian movie where there really will be the Church of GPT.
It's not even. It's like it's here, and I'll argue with them, and I'm like, no, it's not. It's a large language model, dummy. It's a computer you're talking to, and I don't know why I bother, but I get into fights with people trying to rescue them from the ChatGPT cult. And
well, I think it stems from people's misunderstandings of what it even is and how it works. That's it. Yeah. So it's like magic, What is that quote about technology that is seen as magic?
I don't know. I haven't heard any quote like that.
You haven't? Oh, okay. Here, hold on.
No.
Now I gotta find. Here, I'll ask ChatGPT. Let's see. What's the quote about technology seeming like magic, and who is it from? Okay, so talking about being dependent on ChatGPT.
And Lee, I dropped a link to the confidential training.
Yeah. So here. Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic. It's from Arthur C. Clarke, the sci-fi novelist. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. I mean, it could definitely seem like that.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit, we're going off topic a little bit here, but it is a little bit alarming. I've seen on X, like the amount of people that rely on Grok for their, like, they see something on X and they're like, Grok, is this true? And they totally believe whatever Grok says is true. That's how they look at it. It is getting a little bit alarming when I see how much, like, look, I just did it, right? I just asked ChatGPT to confirm something for me, but people will just completely trust in it that what it says is absolute truth, and it doesn't get it right all the time. You know, it's like you said, it's a large language model. It is not a real conscious living person. So
I think it's fine if you want to pull up, like, there's a difference between like an opinion and like just an objectively true data point. Like if I said, hey Grok, what's the atomic number of helium? That's not an opinion. That's like, you know, it's a pretty discrete fact. But I see people asking it like opinions. They'll be like, someone will make like a political post, like, I like Trump, and then someone will go like, Grok, is this true? It's like, what do you mean? You have a brain. You could come up with your own opinions. And DE Productions, no, I didn't see your question. Could you try and find it and copy and paste it back into the chat again? I don't want to skip you. I do want to get to everyone's questions.
cool. What do you guys think of that, by the way? Anybody else notice that? The amount of like dependency that humanity is becoming on AI? It is concerning to me. What do you guys think? And anybody else seen that behavior on Grok? You know, like it's yeah. All right. What other questions have we got?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw, by the way, that Raven is a he. So apologies for that. So I'm all straightened out on that now. So
yeah, DE Production. All I see is you had a question on the pricing for Manus. I'll recap that for you. It starts at $19 a month. They have a $39 a month. Then it tops up at $199 a month. I don't see any other questions from you. But I would be more than happy to answer. If you had another question, I'd be more than happy to bring it to Bill if you copied and pasted it back in. Let's see. Favorable Living says she's having trouble getting access. She says sign up, click up, but access shows restricted. Reply. So if you sounds like you're a member of Ingeniosity, reply to the last email we sent and we'll help you out. And then Pete says, well, I saw that study too, Pete. He says there's a study about changes to the brain after prolonged time of using ChatGPT daily. I saw like headlines and tweets kind of summarizing it. I haven't read the full study, but yeah, it did. Bill, what do you think is the solution? Because obviously we're not going to get rid of AI. Well,
I don't think there's anything wrong with using AI. I think that the population needs to be educated more on what it is and how it works. Right? I think at this point, most people, I mean, I see people in the AI space. Like I see guys with AI channels, like they're on YouTube, they're doing daily AI news. And it's very clear to me that they don't understand the underlying math and how it even works. Right. But they're the AI gurus. And so I think from them to most of the population, really do not understand how AI works and what is it actually doing. And that's, I think, the what has to happen. I think, I mean, it's going to need to work into our education system. People are going to need to become educated on what is AI, how does it work, and so you can use it properly, as a tool. It is just a tool in a toolbox, essentially, a very complex one. But if you understand how to use it and how it works, then I think then you'll be fine, and you won't fall into those traps of thinking it's a real live human being, or taking mental health advice from it, or or becoming overly reliant and it's substituting your own thinking. But it is a phenomenal tool. But I think it's the education that is missing.
I think it's very interesting because there's like two fronts. One is the people who think like ChatGPT is like a conscious being. They're misinformed about it. And then on the other end, the strong anti-AI people, they have all these. They're like AI. If you use AI, you're stealing from people. Which that's also not true. That's not how it works. That's not how the underlying technology works. So,
by the way, it looks like they figured out why Grok went crazy yesterday. So this one of the Grok engineers actually went in and modified the system prompt for Grok.
Yeah.
And in a way that made it so that it was not politically correct. So it would say things that were not politically correct. And he just removed that part of the code, and he got fired today. So
wait, who's he? Oh, I see. You're reading the tweet.
Yeah.
I see. Oops.
So there we go. We know why Grok went haywire yesterday.
All right. Okay. Here's awesome. DE Production says on the quizzes, how do you use the quizzes with push button? Do quiz and e-course use the same URL?
So the quiz material that I'm giving you here is specifically applicable to what our software generator product. So in software generator, we taught how to use a tool called Lovable. And in fact, we're building our own tool that does what Lovable does. So you would take the quiz answers, and then you would go use an AI coding tool like one we're going to release soon, or with a tool like Lovable. So if you're, which I don't know, are you in the software generator program? I don't remember if you are. If you are, that's where you would use it.
All right.
But you can use tools. Again, there's a few that you can take it to. You can go to Lovable or Bolt as the other one. Those are my two top AI coding tools that I would say. You can go to them and say, hey, I want to make a quiz app. Here are my questions. And then it will build you an app. Yeah.
And if you are subscribed to, because Google has their own $20 a month Gemini AI plan. What are they calling it? Their $20 a month membership where you get access to the Google suite of AI tools?
Yeah, but if you're not a developer, that's not a great tool, actually.
Talking about Stitch.
Yeah, well, there's well, I don't even want to get it. So the name of the product even is a big confusion. So there's a coding tool that Google has as well. Yeah, I would just recommend the two. So just let's stick with Bolt and Lovable and not get into not go off. There's too many. There's a lot of coding tools. Most of them are very confusing for non-programmers. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think we're good to go on the questions then. Lots of people engaging with our tangent on the AI cult. But yeah, I don't see any. Oh, here's a good question. DE Production says, have you heard of Replit?
Yes, Replit is another tool that's like it's like Lovable or Bolt. I prefer the others. If you're, I think Replit is a little more technical than the others, but it does the same thing. Yeah.
All right. So I forgot what I got so distracted by our last conversation. What's next on the agenda?
A question for you.
Okay.
Why did the donut go to therapy?
Oh God. Why?
It felt a little empty inside.
I don't know why. I don't know. I didn't like that one that much.
I like that. Boy, you're a real
You did?
critic today. Even the great joke, you still only gave it a 7 point something. Boy, you're
Maybe I need to re up on my coffee. I don't know.
yeah. Some coffee, some ashwagandha, something, right? I don't know. Chat, what do you think? I liked this one. I thought that one was pretty funny, but
You bring up ashwagandha. You have all these because you're really into the health and optimization, and I wonder so there's this guy, you know, Ryan Lee.
yeah.
He does business content, and he would get like a few hundred views per video.
Mhm.
He does all these business videos, like very similar to us. Then he does one. It's like he does some health video, like my morning breakfast or something like that, or like my diet or something, or my fitness routine, and it blows up. And now his channel's doing really well.
No, I didn't catch that. So he's now a health influencer?
He does both now. When we pull it up.
Okay.
Yeah, but that like
Yeah, I love the health content. I mean, you know, I had a health brand. You know, we launched a health brand, and unfortunately, I had to focus on one of my other companies, and
he totally just turned into a health channel. Now he blew up. He had I think 5K subs. Then he does oh my God. Yeah, okay. This is crazy. So the video right before it had 700 views. He does. This is the title of the video. I'm 52 but feel 32.
Wait, share your screen. I want to see what you're seeing.
Yeah. Maybe we gotta copy this guy. This is crazy. Yeah, let me share my screen. Okay. Where's Ryan Lee? So he does a lot of business content, right? And
yeah,
it's decent, you know, a few thousand views per video. And I think at this stage, he's getting 983 here. He has I think 10K subs at this point. And then, boom, I'm 52 but feel 32. This is the lunch I eat every day. 700,000 views. And then,
wow, that's 100x outlier. That's crazy.
Yeah. This is where the channel goes now. Now he just does all this health content in his channel.
Oh, look at that. 300,000, 200,000, 40. Wow.
Yeah. He just stopped doing the business stuff. Now he does the health stuff. And
wow. Good for him. That's awesome.
Yeah. And he passed us now. So we were beating him actually. Then he picked up the lead. Now he's beating us. So do I need to become a health guru? Is that what we got to do? Maybe. So, because I know you're really into that stuff. You had Body Reboot. I'll because I know you're really up to date on this stuff. And I'll consult you. I'll be like, what do you think about my vitamin stack? What do you think about? I'll ask you health questions. The audience, what do you guys think? Yeah. So do we start doing health content now? should we do should I mean, it was by necessity. I was not but you know, I thought I was dying. You remember back in the day. Yeah, it was a very traumatic illness that I went through and thought that I was going to die, and so then I had to become an expert in nutrition and health, and because the doctors weren't gonna fix me. So do you want to try just to see what happens, one experimental health video, and then if it doesn't work, let's ask the audience. So we have a few people still here in the audience. Who here would watch a video about longevity, health, supplements, natural healing? I mean, it's not the topic of our channel. Would you even want to watch that? So I am curious. See, I know you're here for the money. That's money and traffic and business building. But and I will not be offended if you say no, because then I can make Nick stop with this theory. I want to test my theory. Please, if you're still here, spam the chat. If you are interested, don't be dishonest, but Bill has a lot of secret health sauce. I'm having conversations with him every day. We're talking about caffeine, losing weight. Yeah. I asked him about, because you made me think of that because you mentioned ashwagandha, and I've just started, because I cycle on and off of ashwagandha. I'm cycling back on. My mood is significantly elevated, by the way.
I mean, I wish I had the time. I actually would like to get the Body Reboot brand back going. And you and I have talked about an longevity anti-aging supplement that I want to release. So I would love to get back into that, but I just don't have the time. That's the problem.
We'll do our test video, and if it has like the Ryan Lee effect and it blows up, maybe that's the catalyst. Maybe that's the signal. I don't know. It's mixed. Okay, some mixed. Some people really want it. Some people are saying no. I'm here for what you offer now. Okay.
Yeah, fair. I definitely want that honest advice. So I could use it to keep Nick at bay, so he'll stop with this shiny object that we probably should not chase.
Yeah. Regina, that's very kindly, Regina. Here's what Regina says. She said, "I'd watch it because it's you, but I'd be back for marketing."
Cool. Well, yeah, it is a market I'm very passionate about. I love that market. And in fact, we did release, like it was several years ago, we had the Body Reboot brand, and there were dozens of people that, I have to be very careful what I say here because I can't claim to ever have cured anything, right? But we had lots of people that were either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and their blood test results showed, like, I guess I'll call it remission as an example. We had somebody lose 72 pounds. We had another person that there were multiple medical doctors on the regimen that we had, and it was called Body Reboot, and it was amazing. And then I had some things going on with business. It was distracting me, and I didn't have the time. I had to make a choice, basically, which business I was going to focus on, and so we shut it down. But that was a business I was very passionate about. I really loved it. Because becoming educated about nutrition saved my life. So I just wanted to help other people learn about it. So anyway, so maybe we'll start a second channel if we ever have time. That'll be the key.
Okay, fair enough. We do have funny you mentioned, we're getting on the topic of crowdsourcing video ideas. On the traffic video that's blowing up right now, you had asked, hey, do you want me to do a technical deep dive on how to run Facebook ads promotion engine style, right? And in the comments, we have like 100 comments. Basically, half of them are begging you to make that video. So
okay, cool. Well, then I guess then we have to do it if we have enough people asking. Oh, speaking of that video, I think at this point, unless there are any final questions, I would like to encourage everyone to go watch it. So a couple of things to wrap up. Are there any other questions before we wrap things up today?
Let me triple check.
I don't want to leave anybody's questions unanswered. So we'll handle that first. Then I have some final news, and we'll talk about our big video. We have a video that hit almost about 10,000 views now, I think. It's going really well.
Regina says, I'd like to know about ashwagandha.
It is a fantastic supplement that lowers your cortisol level, basically, is the kind of the thing that helps. And I take it and I cycle on and off of it. So it improves my general mood, really helps with stress. And there are a lot of things that can happen that where you end up, especially in today's modern society, where you end up with elevated cortisol levels, which is the stress hormone. And it will lower cortisol. And then in men, high cortisol actually suppresses testosterone. That's another factor. If high stress, high body inflammation, things like that will elevate cortisol and lower testosterone. But it's good for men and women to bring those stress hormones down. And so there you go. So we did a health show right here, Nick. There you have it. So yeah, investigate it, and I cycle on and off of it. So I tend to take it for, I don't know, about 2 months on, and then I'll cycle off for a month and go back and forth. And that's what ashwagandha is. It's been used a lot. It's an herbal remedy that comes from India, I think is where its origin is. Been used for thousands of years. So it's not some crazy weed that somebody recently figured out to sell.
There's one final question. It's a good one, actually, from Suzette. She says, when developing a quiz for your website, how many questions are best to come up with?
I don't like to make it more than 12 questions. Tends to be about the max. And then it depends a little bit on the niche market, how strong the reach of the lead is it's coming in. But I would say no more than 12.
Yeah. I don't think people realize when they're first getting into it how low the attention span. I have to keep reminding myself. Bill has to remind me this every single week when I'm packaging videos, how low attention span is and what you have to do to account for that. I accidentally produce trainings that are way too long, and my goal has been to keep them under 20 minutes. The ones that go to the YouTube channel, not the live streams. And the same principle applies to when you're making the quizzes. I think the longer it gets, the more you lose people, because you want them to get to the end, because that's when you collect their email address. And if you lose them before they make it to the end, that technically makes your lead more expensive, because
exactly. Yeah, it is an era of attention deficit. That is for sure. And I think a lot. I'll end off on this. Unless any other questions, because you sent me off on a tangent I want to cover. But is that it for questions?
Finish the tangent, and then Lee has a good question.
Okay, so I do want to say that a lot of us, in the effort to provide value, I make this mistake, and I've been coaching Nick on this for a good year, but I think it's finally clicking. In an effort to provide value, oftentimes we'll overcomplicate, give too much information, and maybe fly over the heads of our potential customers, because we want to educate them, we want to share, and we want to provide value. And sometimes less is more. That old phrase is so true with content. So sometimes, and again, I'm still working on this and trying to find the balance of that less is more. And so keep that in mind when you're making content, like videos, articles, things like that. And we'll keep working on it here too. So simplify things, and less is more many times. Okay.
Good question from Lee. Don has a customer support one that we can touch on briefly after Lee, and then that's it. But Lee, he says, what tool did you use to write your prompts? I'm in love with ChatGPT's O3 model. I used to switch between ChatGPT and Claude. Claude for copywriting, and then ChatGPT for ideation and research, and sometimes like coding stuff. Now I haven't been using Claude much. I might even cancel Claude because I'm so happy with O3. I wasn't that there was not that. Okay, before O3, there was not a ChatGPT model I liked so much for writing. I would go to Claude for that. Now I think O3 is actually an amazing writer. That's my opinion. So I don't go to Claude very much anymore for writing. O3 can do everything for me, in my opinion. And now it does pictures now. So, Bill, what are your thoughts? I know it's like a taste thing. Some people have different opinions.
When it comes to prompting, I'm a little bit weird. I just write my own. So I don't really use a lot of tools for ideating prompts.
You're a pro. You're already an AI expert. I feel like the everyday person
But I would agree with you that I think O3 is a good tool if you're trying to refine and make great prompts. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Blake, I want to clear something up. I understand the confusion. He says, Nick, ChatGPT 3 over 4. I'm talking about that I don't understand why they name them this way, but I'm talking about a model they released called O3, which is different from one of their very early models, which is ChatGPT 3.
It is confusing.
Yeah, no, ChatGPT 3 is not, compared to everything that's out right now, it's not good. I would use 4 over 3, but now they have the newest one, which is O3, which I think came out in like April. I'm talking about O3, like the letter O3. And that's the one I'm talking about. Yeah, why don't we just show them?
Yeah, so when you click right up here, it'll show you the models. So see how there's 4.0. That's actually a good model for writing. There's O3, then you have O4 mini, O4 mini high, and then even more over here. 4.5, 4.1, 4.1 mini. So those are generally the models that you'll have available through the chat interface. There are even more through their back-end systems, but through chat, this is what you generally have available.
Yeah. And then Vitality within you mentioned finding the deep research prompts, that playbook. So you should be a member of Ingeniosity. And the very last email I sent, I included a link to the Ingeniosity library. Open that up and then hit Control F and then just put in deep research, and you should be able to find the playbook you're looking for. We've done a few trainings on deep research, so there might be like 2 or 3 playbooks on that, but that's what you would do to find the prompts you're looking for. Here's a comment for you, Bill.
Yeah.
From the lead blockchain developer. Damn, Bill, you've been doing marketing education for a long time. A real monster.
Yeah, I have. Well, I had a show many years ago, before YouTube even did live streaming. Took a long break, but yeah, we came. Nick and I came back about 2 years ago now and started again. So, but yeah, I had one of, not the first, but one of the first like business streaming shows on the internet back a long time ago. Yeah.
So, okay. I know I said it was final call for questions. People are hitting us with some good questions. And it's final call now. I can't take any more. We're going to speed run them, and then we're going to move on.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry if you have any more questions, but we're on a crunch for time. I'm going to speed run the remaining questions and then go. Let's see. I'll take it from earliest to latest. So Dawn says, this is kind of a support question, but I thought I'd bring it up anyway. She says, I really need a financing plan to join Promotion Engine. I'm requesting you consider a monthly financing plan.
And Nick, could you do me a favor and drop in the sales channel in our Discord, and drop Dawn's name in there and let them know that she's looking for a payment plan. I'll drop in and make a comment to get someone to reach out to you and talk to you about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can wait till the show's over, but just at some point drop that in there, and then I'll drop in and tell them to reach out to Dawn.
Okay. And then DE Production is a good question. How does Joe Rogan do so well with the 2 to 3 hour podcasts?
That is a mystery to me. Yeah. Well, I think most people don't consume his whole podcast. You know, like I like Joe Rogan. Well, on some of the stuff I like about Joe Rogan, some I don't. But I consume his content usually in the little bite-sized pieces that people edit out of the podcast. I think I've only watched an entire podcast episode twice. I think one of those was Trump, when Trump was on there. I wanted to see that. And I'm trying to remember the other one. But I don't think I've ever, other than that, I've never sat and watched an entire podcast episode of Joe Rogan or anyone, to be honest with you. But I watch the little clips that come out of the podcast.
I think people like podcasts. There's a word people use called parasocial, where it's like, have you heard that word before?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it feels if you have a bunch of people on a podcast and they're like hanging out and being social, it feels like you're in the room with them and you're like hanging out with your friends. Like it generates like the same warm, friendly feeling. And I think a lot of these podcasts tap into it. These long
Well, I think
form.
it too, it depends on the nature of the content as well.
Yeah.
His are very casual and social and talking about topical mainstream things. I don't, that's the only thing I could think of with that. Yeah. I know for our videos, like I'll give an example. When we actually release a video on the channel, you can directly see there's a correlation between how long the video is and the click-through rate, right? So you can see soon as a video gets over 20 minutes in length, the click-through rate drops substantially because I think someone sees that and they're like, oh, it's 30 minutes. I don't want to watch that. And they don't click it and then they don't watch. Nick, you see the stats. You can back that up.
Yeah. And that's been one of my personal targets as the producer of the channel is to try and get the length of the trainings under 20 minutes. It's basically 100% of the time they perform substantially better when they're under that mark.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to do YouTube content to grow your business, anybody who's watching, got to keep it short. You noticed, because I've been analyzing Ryan Lee for a long time now, his videos are very short. Like some are like 3 minutes long, which I want to experiment with actually producing like a 5-minute video.
I do want to do some shorts. That's the other thing I want to do. So
yeah. Okay. Oh, this is a great question. You're gonna love this. From Favorable Living.
Okay.
What should I use to host my website?
There's this company called Push Button AI that will help you build your website and host it. So it's a suite of AI business building tools called Push Button AI, and I'd encourage you to get a demo. So what you could do is go to pushbutton.ai/demo. I feel like a commercial just like came out of me when I
There's a link. I just dropped a link in the chat. So
yeah, you can check that out. Get a demo. They'll show it to you. It'll help you build your site and host it. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. And then I got to remind myself, Don, I got to hit up the sales channel so they can help you out. Okay. Final comment from Tammy. Then we got to go. I would love to sit at your family fire pit with you guys and secretly bring a notepad.
Oh, you don't know the half of it. Like my younger son, Dylan, you've heard us talk about him.
Dylan's like a genius.
Yeah, he is a data scientist, machine learning whiz kid.
He just got an engineering master's degree, and now he's like making a decent 6 figures, basically at like a finance company doing software engineering for them.
I steal him on the side and get him to help me with stuff. He actually was, and still he kind of is my chief data scientist and some of the stuff that we do. But now I just get him on the side. But but the three of us get together, and we do have some pretty good business conversation. In fact, we have a whole thing we're launching, a whole business we're launching from the three of us. So,
well, who brought that up? Tammy. Tammy brought that up. So, Bill lives down south of me in Orange County. I live in LA. I'm actually moving back down, and I'm gonna set up a little office that's separate from Bill's office, and I'm turning it into like my content podcast room. And I'm still going to be doing a lot of content with Bill, but I want to do my own content. And I don't know, Tammy, you might be seeing something like that soon on my own channel. So maybe
I want to take a vacation and make you do the show one Wednesday. Will you do that?
I've been asking to do that. I think I do a better job. I think if I took over.
Oh, is that a challenge? Is that a challenge? Let's see.
I think I could take over the show. run the live stream for a week or two. Pump out some videos. I think they'd outperform yours.
Okay, the old guy against the young guy. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, then I do want to remind everybody I'm back tomorrow. If you want to tune into the encore of our training on AI traffic and the state of getting traffic on the internet today, I will teach you a method to get traffic, and then I will let you see a new tool that we haven't released yet. We'll be releasing it in the future. It's a new tool. We are bringing in a few beta testers, so I will open it up again tomorrow. It's tomorrow afternoon. It'll be earlier in the day. We usually do those shows kind of late. So this time it'll be earlier in the day tomorrow at noon Pacific time. And you need to register for that. Can you pop that link out there one more time, Nick?
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it up on that. And yeah.
Sorry, I right before you said that, I dropped a link to the video we just put out, and now I'm going to drop the promote link as well.
Okay. Yeah, and if you want a sneak peek at kind of some of the content I'm going to cover on that, we have a brand new video on the channel that talks about this strategy. It's our $2 a day plus AI strategy. And that Nick also put that link in there. So if you're interested in getting that, it's a pretty short video. I think it's like, 17 minutes, and it goes over a step-by-step strategy. It's a little sneak peek at what we're going to cover tomorrow. If you want to catch that video, definitely go check that out. That's the YouTube one that Nick dropped in there. I don't know if you have to drop the link all by itself for it to become a clickable link. I don't know.
Is it not a clickable link? Oh,
maybe it is.
Tag Tammy. We'll do it again.
So I would encourage you to do that. Go check that video out and give that video a thumbs up and some comments. Help spread the love over there. It'll help that video keep with its momentum. It's doing well. We've got over 10,000 views on it. So I'm hoping we can.
You wanted to get it to 20.
I think we can crack 20. But if we get enough engagement, it needs some engagement on that video. So audience, if you can help us with that, throw some loves over on that video, and that should help us.
You know what's funny? That video was uploaded to the channel like a year ago. Did all right. And then you had an idea to modify it slightly and then re-upload it, and you theorized that it would take off, and your theory was exactly correct.
Yeah, well, there you go. All right. Well, then with that, I have a final question for you, Nick.
What's the question?
How do mountains stay warm in the winter?
What the heck? How?
They put on their snow caps.
That wasn't horrible, but
Go take your ashwagandha.
Yeah. I'll say it wasn't awful. I'll say 4.9.
I like that one. So there's several of them today I really liked, but you didn't. So the reverse dad joke score is high. I enjoyed telling them. So that's the value in them today. All right, awesome. Well, with that, we're going to wrap things up. We'll head out with a final commercial break, and we'll see everybody next time. Nick, thanks for your help today, and play us out with I guess grab an ingeniosity one.
You got it.
Your first business doesn't have to be complicated. That's because we're at the start of the AI revolution. Before, it could take months to launch a profitable business and start cash flowing. Now you can do it in as little as one weekend. History is littered with people who've built empires by seizing the moment. They jumped in at ground zero before the door slammed shut. Imagine if you had bought Bitcoin in 2011. You'd be set for life. Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, says, "We're at the dawn of a golden age of AI, and we've only begun to scratch the surface." Bezos made his billions riding the internet wave early. Now it's your turn to ride the AI tsunami to the bank. Thousands are about to cash in big time thanks to AI. But the burning question is, will you be one of them? Or will you be left in the dust? If you don't want to be left in the dust, then sign up for the Ingeniosity newsletter, where every week I'll hand you carefully researched blueprints that will help take your business from idea to income fast. Whether you're starting from scratch or looking to level up, each blueprint is designed to cut through the noise and deliver actionable steps you can implement immediately, and I would know. Because I've been able to generate over $100 million in total revenue across my online businesses over the years. You'll get my hard-won $100 million insights delivered to your inbox every Friday. And the best part? It's 100% free. Join over 5,000 other founders and business builders and get your roadmap to unstoppable growth with the help of AI. Just go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. Launch a business in just 5 days. First business doesn't have to be complicated.
You over 20 different playbooks, downloadable reports, presentations, and more. Free, all designed to help you start, build, and profit as an online entrepreneur. And they are all based on my $100 million in results across all of my online businesses. Because over the last 25 years, I have figured out what works, what didn't. But it took a lot of trial and error, a lot of painful lessons along the way. And I would like it so that you don't have to fumble around like I did over the years. Instead, I want to give it to you straight, the exact patterns, the exact steps that you need to follow to launch and explode your online empire this year and beyond. So whether you're just starting out or already have a business you want to grow, there is something for you, and it's totally free. So these playbooks, we release them each week, and a couple examples of them are already waiting for you in the vaults right now. These examples would be how I'm using Mr. Beast's leaked manual to blow up my own YouTube channel and make 6 figures from YouTube alone. Also, the next playbook is a simple content hack that made one guy over $1 million his first year. Also, another playbook is how one woman, she made $200,000 by borrowing traffic from other websites. Also, you'll see how to use an AI tool called Runway ML to generate AI ads that are 300% more profitable than traditional ads are. You'll also learn how to use Notebook LM, which is a different AI tool that Google puts out, and you'll see how to make tons of website traffic show up on your doorstep and explode your business. And then another example is our 5 profitable newsletter business ideas. So if you ever wanted to start an online newsletter or an email newsletter, you can start one in a single afternoon with this playbook. Those are just a few examples. There's tons of playbooks and other stuff, and we release more every single Friday. You will get another playbook that will cut right through the noise, will bring you a cutting edge, new marketing or business building strategy that will help you either get more traffic, get more money, or make your business bigger. And these are filled with growth hacks, the workflows, the ideas, the strategies and tactics that will help take you from a concept in your mind to cash flow coming into your pocket, and it'll do it fast. Now, over my $100 million that I've made across all of my different businesses, I know what works. And some of them were very painful and frustrating lessons to learn. And now, through Ingeniosity, it's totally free, and I want to share my knowledge with you so that you do not have to go through that. And I look forward to seeing you inside the Ingeniosity members area. Remember, it's free, and each resource is carefully researched, carefully curated, and we check it against all of my hard-won $100 million worth of experience and make sure it's something that is working now, today. By the way, all of it's indexed, cataloged, and roadmapped. You can log in and find these. You'll never be left in the dust again. Some of the other things that you'll get as an Ingeniosity free subscriber is you actually get to learn behind the scenes of what's going on in my own businesses so you can see what's working in them right now. So these are not just theories, things that I am doing in my businesses. You'll see real life business experiments and case studies that we're releasing. You'll get the practical blueprints, the growth hacks, everything you can deploy. It's like plug and play. You just take the training, implement it, and you can get results. So as a free Ingeniosity subscriber, you'll get all the practical cutting edge AI tactics that you can use right now in your business so you can participate in this AI revolution. It's all free. It's all right now waiting for you. Go to pushbutton.ai/subscribe. So you go to that link that you see on the screen or down below in the comments, click it, and it's totally free. I'll see you over there. No, I have an AI tool that's a company called Push Button AI that helps people build course businesses. It builds the whole business, bottom to top. It helps you do the research to pick the niche market, helps you figure out what topics you should write about, what your course should be about, what the lessons should be about. It outlines the lessons. It writes the whole thing. It creates your sales page. It creates your page to get leads to subscribe to your business. It even writes your email sequence. It does audiobooks, video trainings, and a whole lot more. You just answer 2 questions and you hit a button, and it does it all. If you're interested in that, certainly you can book a demo to see it for yourself. You'll see with your own eyes. We're often running webinars and other trainings as well. So I'll drop links to either our webinar or our demos down below so you can check it out and see if it's something for you. But I found that most people get really overwhelmed and frustrated with the technical stuff. So that's why we created Push Button AI. If you're looking for a tool, we'll just do it for you and it'll just handle the technical stuff. So when it comes to like setting up your web hosting, registering a domain name, setting up your email marketing, we even include a complete, fully functional email marketing platform that you can log into and email all of your customers and subscribers. It's all included. And all of the tech setup is done by the AI. If you want that, then definitely schedule your demo. You can get a demo from us by going to pushbutton.ai/demo. Now, at the time of recording this video, Push Button AI is not publicly for sale, but if you book a demo, they'll show you the technology, and if it makes sense, if it's something that can really help you, they'll invite you into our early access program. But what they'll do first is show you the technology. They'll talk about what kind of a course you might want to make. They'll talk about your business plans. They'll help guide you on what the right choices are for creating your first course business. And then if it makes sense, if it's the right tool for you, they'll invite you into the early access program. But check out the demo. It's mind-blowing. Again, that's at pushbutton.ai/demo. That's pushbutton.ai/demo.